President Biden was out at the Juneteenth celebrations. People were saying that he kind of froze. It looked like he was completely unrecognizing of where he was at and the event he was at. And then he spoke talking about the ghosts of yesterday. Take a listen.
Let's be clear. They're all ghosts in new garments trying to take us back. Well, there are. Taking away your freedoms, making it harder for black people to vote.
Do we see this sort of demonizing of Republicans by President Biden overcoming the fear of Trump, overcoming swing voters' fear of Joe Biden's, for lack of a better term, competency?
It's certainly a strategy, and they're certainly going for it, right? Look, in our own DDHQ, the Hill forecast, there's a slight edge to Donald Trump, and at least to win the presidency as well as win the swing states. You bring up Nate Silver's quote from February, which, he has editorialized quite a bit in his Substack the last few months about, Joe Biden being the incumbent should be doing better at this point. But, we're a few months out and Joe Biden's trying out some strategies. He's also got more money than Donald Trump does, which is going to mean a whole lot as we go through, the campaign season the next few months. But bottom line is but Biden is trying out different strategies, and he needs some of it to get some traction in places like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, and nationwide, so we can get the momentum back. Because right now the momentum is with Donald Trump.
Yeah, the momentum is with Donald Trump even after the conviction. Kurt, what do Democrats think is, and maybe we've already passed it, the point of no return with Joe Biden? We've started to see the New York Times out with stories about Joe Biden liking to tell tall tales. We've seen Politico, also normally an ally of President Biden, come out talking about issues within his campaign, issues within his coalition. Is June 27th actually an inflection point for the debate?
I think it is. I think that we have really, for the first time, a situation where most of the American people, right or wrong, know how they feel about Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I think that what they're watching for some very different reasons. I think they're going to watch the debate to see, one, will Joe Biden's competency, for lack of a better term, hold up under the pressure of a debate? If he does, that kind of puts the Super Bowl interview comment that Nate Silver wrote about back in February, that puts that to bed. Other people will be watching to see, can Donald Trump keep it together and not go off on unhinged delusional rants, because that will send independents running in the other direction too. So that's what people are waiting to see. These debates in this way are uniquely actually important for once, not just political theory, but people are watching for core competency cues.
All right, and I think that's a good point. The stakes could not be higher. Now we deal with the expectations game, right, Scott? And the Biden campaign has said they're going to start putting him now back out on the trail more. They're trying to convince Democrats that he's ready and that he's able and he's going to be able to go the distance. When you do polling and you look at the voters, how much is there to be gained or lost based on the can he do the job? Meaning, if he has some terrible moment, he trips, he has some really disasterful debate performance, does it really affect things? And if he does really well, if he exceeds expectations, does that suddenly, earn him a tranche in the swing states?
So on instances like this, we call this, campaign moving events, right? Both sides have expectations, specifically on Joe Biden's performance. And then he's got the audience. He's going to get anywhere from 30 to 70 million viewers watching election night. This is a different type of debate earlier in the summer, so it might be on the low side. But even tens of millions of voters on the low end are going to watch this, and they're going to come in saying, I expect Joe Biden to perform like this. I expect Donald Trump to perform like X. And if they don't, if they exceed or go below, that could change their mind, right? Because voters aren't going to spend multiple hours thinking about this. They're going to have a few moments looking at a television ad, reading an article, or in this case, watching a debate. So yeah, this debate has the opportunity to really move the polls simply because it's going to be a most watched event and people are coming in with some preconceived notions that could be proven or disproven.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.